evening and welcome to your Saturday, July 27, 2024 edition of the Evening News. I am Jarrell Bryan. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. President Ali makes pitch for local electric vehicle manufacturing plant. Banks DIH launches US $13 million automotive subsidiary parking facility. Government distributes $34 million in grants to AFRO organizations ahead of Emancipation Day. And we are molding you into the best citizens, President Ali tells youth camp. Now for the news in detail. With Guyana's carbon-negative footprint and access to multiple markets, President Dr. Irfaan Ali has made a pitch for the private sector to look at the potential for an electric vehicle manufacturing plant located in the country. Here is our lead story tonight. During the launch of Banks DIH subsidiary Banks Automotive and Services Incorporated, President Dr. Irfaan Ali threw out a challenge to the local private sector. That challenge was for the Guyanese private sector to invest in a local electric vehicle manufacturing plant, one that would advance Guyana's brand on the world stage. President Ali cited Guyana's comparative advantages, such as its carbon-negative environment and access to various markets. Added to this is the upcoming gas-to-energy project, which will see a dramatic slashing of energy costs when it comes on stream next year.
I say to manufacturers of EVs, and this is where my thinking is, why should we have EVs imported in a country that is carbon negative? Just imagine if EVs, the sole purpose, the major purpose of EVs is to develop a social consciousness into purchasing a vehicle and caring for the environment at the same time, then the environment must be the driving force that pushes the EV market. And if that is the case, just imagine the brand potential of selling EV vehicles that are manufactured in a carbon-negative country like Guyana.
The head of state zeroed in on large companies like Banks DIH, who he noted has both the financial and technical capacity to pursue such a project.
And here is where the local private sector, here is where I think Banks DIH must leverage its power, its brain power, its financial power, and its market position to go to the manufacturers of EVs and say, listen, you come here, you have duty-free access to markets of over 300 million people, because those are markets we have trade agreement with for goods and services that are procured and manufactured here. So this is the type of thinking that would evolve the way we do business, and this is the type of thinking that will broaden and create the opportunities that will position Guyana in a better place globally.
President Ali gave as an example a trade house in Trinidad which owns the rights to numerous fast food franchises. He therefore stressed the importance of Guyana itself investing in its own local brand, as well as owning the rights to multiple strategic franchises and brands.
I believe that from the little market research I've done, we have Volvo, Ford, Kia, Nissan, Jeep, Toyota, all of these brands here, and now with these additional brands, the environment is becoming more and more competitive. What actually is the problem? It's not the size of market or quality of the market. As Mr. Rees and I discussed many months ago, it is who owns the agency and who owns the rights to the market. And our countries around us, when they were developing and they had the resources, they bought out the rights for almost every single franchise you can think about. So the rights, you'll find that a lot of the major brands, the rights to those franchises are owned by persons in the region.
Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News. Local beverage giants Banks DIH Limited has branched off into the automotive industry, launching a US $13 million subsidiary company, Banks Automotive and Services Incorporated, that will sell a range of vehicles as well as air conditioning units. Here are the details. The launch of Banks Automotive and Services Incorporated, a US $13 million investment by parent company Banks DIH Limited, took place on Friday at its new 6-story facility located at Plantation Rumveld. The company has a number of partnerships with a number of foreign companies, including Sport Track to sell tires, Unicarriers to sell forklifts, and Keyway to sell motorcycles. As a matter of fact, Banks DIH Engineering Services Director Shabir Hussain explained that hundreds of these motorcycles have already been sold, demonstrating the demand for the product.
Keyway motorcycles, which you will see displayed this evening, so far over the last year and a half, we would have purchased 276 motorcycles and have sold 178 so far. And then, of course, SWM cars, Shinery vans and minibuses from Shinery Company out of China. We have just received the first shipment for resale, as you can see being displayed this evening.
Hussein further assured that indeed Banks is focusing more on electric vehicles and has in fact placed an order for such. This comes after President Dr. Irfan Ali, who was present at the launch, challenged the local business community to make investments in EV.
We have placed an order for 3 more cars this time, and the search we are getting, as President just asked me, but EV. Yes, we're getting there, Mr. President. We have just ordered one of the EVs. And I want to say thanks to the Chinese ambassador who is here for assisting us with this project.
Meanwhile, Hussein revealed that they are in discussion with General Motors on potential collaboration. He also addressed the issue of why Chinese vehicles, noting that Banks DIH has also had talks with other brands who all were hesitant over the size of the Guyanese market.
You may want to ask why Chinese vehicles. I must let you know that we have contacted several other automobile manufacturers throughout the world, and they were all hesitant to distribute their vehicles in Guyana. Some of these vehicles, Range Rover, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Mazda, Volvo, Volkswagen, Tata, and Isuzu. All automobiles, all these manufacturers that we spoke to are saying the Guyana market is too small for them. Yet we have over 12,000 used vehicles being imported in this country every year. What you tell me why this market is so small? Are we having these vehicles coming in?
In addition to vehicles, Banks is also partnering with Daikin Global to sell residential and commercial air conditioning systems as well as other products. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News. A total of $34 million in government grants were presented to several African organizations from across the country to preserve, promote, and celebrate African culture ahead of the upcoming Emancipation celebrations. Luana McAllister tells us more.
Several government ministers, including Public Affairs Minister Kwame McCoy, Home Affairs Minister Robertson Ben, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, Finance and Public Service Minister Dr. Ashni Singh, and Local Government Minister Sonia Parag gathered at the Orthoshaung Conference Center for the grant distribution ceremony on a Friday. The event saw several African organizations from across the country receiving grants from the government to promote and celebrate African culture for Emancipation Day. The grants totaled $34 million. Delivering remarks at the ceremony was Minister McCoy, who highlighted the socio-economic advancement experienced by Afro-Guyanese under successive PPPC governments and reiterated the administration's continued support. He also spoke about the importance of Emancipation Day celebrations.
The government of Guyana has consistently recognized the critical importance and the expansive magnitude of Emancipation Day celebrations as not merely events, but they are part of the lifeblood of our collective memory and cultural heritage, reverberating with the pride and reverence across our entire nation.
Also speaking at the event was Dr. Anthony, who highlighted the importance of youths understanding their cultural background.
We must take time to remind our young ones about this history, because we need to be grounded in that history so that people can understand where we are coming from.
Luanda McAllister for The Evening News.
Stay with us. More news ahead.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali assured the 170 children participating in a national youth camp organized by Men on Mission, MOM, that the government is dedicated to molding them into exemplary citizens. The second youth camp at the Kuru Training Center, facilitated by volunteers from the Guyana Defense Force, GDF, aims to equip children from 6 administrative regions with essential life skills and values necessary for their personal growth and decision-making. Through this camp, the children will learn problem-solving skills, discipline, mutual support, and the significance of hygiene, environment, and ethics. In his address to kickstart the camp on Friday, President Ali emphasized the importance of learning from each other, fostering support, and collaborating to glean valuable life lessons. Let's have a look.
We want you to grow up to be the best citizens. We want you to learn about how to take care of your health. We want you to learn how to be disciplined. We want you to learn life skills. We want you to be in an environment that is positive. And that is what Men on Mission is all about. Building positivity, bringing people along, and ensuring that we develop the next generation to be the best possible citizens of our country. We have doctors who will be here to talk to you, engineers. You'll do art. You will learn new skills. An important part of this camp, we want to ensure that we give you some of the services that we are offering. So we will have a team that will come in this camp to do all your eye examination. We want to ensure that if you leave your spectacles, before you leave the camp, we can get your spectacles for you, because we want you to have the best possible future. So the boys, let me tell you, in this camp, you'll be washing all the wares and learning how to wash your plates, wash your cups. You will learn how to make up your bed. You will learn how to fix your pillow. You will get up at 5:30 in the morning and you will do physical education. Alright? You will learn from a very young age how to live a healthy, productive life. So put your hands together for what you will learn.
Minister of Public Works Juan Edgel has announced that the government will be monitoring the commute of heavy-duty trucks through Sophia, Greater Georgetown area, as residents have complained of the destruction these vehicles are causing to their community roads. Michael Henry tells us more.
Dennis Street, Garnet Street, and Husband Street, all have been upgraded, including the Eastern Highway, have been upgraded by the government of Guyana. These roads should remain open for people going into Sophia and elsewhere and coming out of Sophia. The issue of the trucks, which is causing the nuisance of the noise, the shaking of the house, we're going to restrict those trucks and the reduction in the speed. So we need to revise the speed limit, and we need to put up the signs, and the police need to enforce that.
That was Public Works Minister Juan Edgel on Friday addressing residents of Conversation Tree and Dennis Street and surrounding areas who had concerns about heavy-duty trucks traversing on community roads.
Why
can we not agree that instead of having the traffic go through a community, because you destroy the community life by going through the community, that is Dennis, Garnet Street and Duncan Street, have it go around on the outskirts. It still gives you access. When you have the traffic going through a neighborhood, you are encouraging criminal elements to traverse.
So you'll be allowed to drive to Sophia? That is what I was talking about. Dividing Guyana based upon status and class. Not allowed. We can't continue going on and on and on. I will limit the trucks and the vehicular traffic using the authority that I have as the minister responsible for transportation.
And that is a compromise.
And that is what I will do. I cannot limit the Sophia traffic and the buses. I cannot do that.
The issue of heavy-duty trucks traversing on community roads is affecting other areas. In addition to damaging the roads, these vehicles pose a number of other challenges, including noise nuisance. Michelle Henry, The Evening News.
The National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, under its mangroves restoration project, over the years has successfully restored over 500 hectares of mangroves, nature's natural sea defenses. Keroy Williams tells us more.
Members of the public on Friday evening gathered at the Kingston Seawall Esplanade as the Environmental Management Consultants (EMC), in collaboration with the National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute (NARI), hosted a mangroves exhibition in observance of World Mangroves Day. The Evening News caught up with project coordinator at NARI, Keen Mosley, who explains that the event is aimed at raising awareness about the importance of mangroves.
In Guyana, we at NARI are collaborating with EMC Foundation with support from the Guyana Conservation Initiative to bring more awareness about the importance of mangroves, given that we are a coastal population in terms of the coastal protection mangroves provide, the biodiversity they support, as well as the community livelihoods that are supported by mangroves.
In this regard, she noted that NARI has been working assiduously over the years to restore these vital sea defense across the country.
NARI has been rolling out a number of innovative restoration interventions. Our current approach is what we call the green-gray infrastructure approach, where we've been investing in the construction of groins or breakwaters to create a suitable mangrove environment. These initiatives so far have resulted in the restoration of over 500 hectares of mangroves. That's adding to the carbon storage capacity of the mangroves in Guyana.
Meanwhile, the exhibition saw support from various organizations such as the Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) and the Guyana Tourism Authority (GTA), among others. Meanwhile, World Mangroves Day 2024 was celebrated under the theme Mangroves Matter, Safeguarding Our Coastal Guardians for Tomorrow. Keroy Williams, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge report.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, July 28th, 2024 at 22 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 9 hours 50 on Sunday, July 28th, 2024, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
End of road for Noel Edgel at Paris 2024. Details of these stories coming up in the Sportscast, sponsored by McCorp.
Complete control of power is in your hands with the ultimate U.S. brand Generac generators from Sylvie's Variety Store. Get the supply and reliability you need every time. From 1,800 to 8,000 watts of power for residential and commercial use. Recoil and electric start with gasoline engines. Generac generators from the authorized dealers Sylvie's Variety Store.
Welcome to Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your premier destination for Sinotruck. Looking for top-of-the-line trucks in Guyana? Look no further than Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, the exclusive dealer for Sinotruck, the leading manufacturer from China, specializing in a wide range of truck models. Sinotruck, setting the standard in Guyana. Sinotruck has already established its dominance in the Guyanese market, surpassing all others with a commitment to South America. Guyana stands as the flagship dealer in the region, providing quality trucks tailored to the demands of the construction and mining industries. Experience unmatched quality. Don't miss the opportunity to enhance your fleet with Sinotruck, designed to meet the rigorous demands of construction and mining sectors in Guyana. Elevate your operations with the reliability and performance of Sinotruck today. Exceptional after-sales support that exceeds your expectations. Count on us for all the spare parts you need to keep your fleet running smoothly. Visit our showrooms located at East Bank, Land of Canaan, Eccles, our head office Georgetown, Ogle, and in Berbice, Chester, and Bushlot to find the perfect addition to your fleet. Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your trusted partner for superior truck solutions. Don't compromise on quality. Choose Sinotruck at Jumbo Jet Auto Sales and drive success in your construction and mining endeavors.
Hey guys, we're back. Welcome to another episode of Access ExxonMobil Guyana. I'm Keisha.
And I'm Michaela. And in this episode, we'll discuss the relationship between the University of Guyana, where we're at right now, and ExxonMobil Guyana.
That's right. Over the years, ExxonMobil Guyana and UG have collaborated to foster a better learning environment for students and faculty.
And in this episode, you'll learn about some of the partnership's key initiatives and gain insight into its overall impact. Right, Keisha?
Absolutely. If you're ready to dive in, like we are, keep watching. ExxonMobil Guyana has worked closely with UG over the last decade to advance Guyana's future workforce and build capacity.
But it's not just ExxonMobil Guyana alone, it's also the starboard co-venturers through the Greater Guyana Initiative, also known as the GGI. So in October 2020, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the GGI and UG to improve the facility and education for both faculty and students.
That's right. Here's Matt Sharp providing insight into ExxonMobil Guyana's contributions to GGI and UG.
Greater Guyana Initiative, or GGI as we call it because that's a mouthful, is a $100 million commitment by the Starbuck Block co-venturers, so ExxonMobil Guyana and also Hess and CNOOC, for capacity building initiatives in the country over 10 years. So the University of Guyana was one of the very first beneficiaries of the Greater Guyana Initiative, and actually that was my role back in 2019, was to help develop programs. We've worked with the University of Guyana to upgrade the security systems all around perimeter fencing and lighting. We had a groundbreaking last year on a new math and science center that's being built out at the university. The project that I like the most and you know, frankly wish I could sort of take a few weeks off every summer to be a part of is the Razor Camp Regional Accelerator for STEM Students Readiness. It's a multi-week camp every summer that brings students, over 100 students in total, brings students together from all across the country. They come together, they stay at the University of Guyana, they have classes in math, science, and life skills, and helps them really get ready to come to the University of Guyana in the future and succeed.
In 2015, following two fires at UG, conversations began between the university and ExxonMobil Guyana after they requested support from the company.
As a result, UG received a grant to purchase equipment for the Faculty of Natural Sciences and the Department of Mathematics, Physics, and Statistics.
In 2015, when we had the fire, the physical buildings all through natural sciences and a few other faculties were under rehabilitation. So when the fire occurred, it just damaged or destroyed the equipment as well as the buildings that were housed, that housed the equipment at the time. When that fire destroyed the equipment, if we put that the overall percentage for the course was 100, with the absence of the practicals, you're roughly taking away 40%. So students who are engaged in those courses would not have the full complement, maybe 60, 70% at best. The combined purchases made using the university's resources as well as that of the ExxonMobil's donation. The university, well, the department by extension, was able to engage in novel researches that was not done before.
From 2017 to 2019, ExxonMobil Guyana supported UG with initiatives like the Student Support Fund, funding for a bioenergy gasifier, the launch of UG's very own 95.5 FM, support for student-led robotics clubs, and many other programs.
Absolutely, Keisha. And these contributions enhanced the student experience and provided more resources for UG. So did you guys know that ExxonMobil Guyana has also sponsored open days and job fairs right here at UG?
Exactly, and these job fairs served as valuable resources for students and employers alike, facilitating face-to-face interactions and fostering connections in the recruitment process.
My primary responsibility at the job fair this year was mostly educating persons that were coming to the booth on the different equipment that we use in the environment for our field work and how they can use it, what they're used for, and informing them of different ways that it can be applied within environmental studies field. I believe that open days and job fairs serve as an opportunity to educate the public of the various jobs that are available to the public. If you're skilled with communications, you can still get a job within the oil and gas sector. Persons in health can have opportunities. Persons in environmental fields can have opportunities. It's not just limited to persons who are doing engineering or civil engineering, as people would say, oh, if you want to be in oil and gas, you have to be doing something engineering-wise, but that's not the case.
The ExxonMobil Foundation supports the company's UG initiatives by providing additional resources in areas such as education, health, and the environment.
Absolutely. And one such initiative led to the recent graduation of over 30 UG lecturers from Arizona State University in the US.
ExxonMobil Guyana and ExxonMobil generally they're very, very good partners to the university. I think that they are probably the biggest funder of our major research programs, our lab programs, support to students, and so on. So I think they are probably one of the best partners the university has at the moment. The ExxonMobil Foundation has partnered with the university in a very, very important way. So they have funded over 30 scholars, PhDs, with terminal degrees for the university. And these PhDs have basically transformed the composition of the university's teaching staff in a very fundamental way, and I'll tell you how. We had about 16 PhDs out of 300 and something teaching staff on the campus, right? So you add 30 to these 16, and now you're almost up to 50. And then we get some from other places. So it really transformed the teaching faculty in terms of their outlook, their capacity for research, the level at which they could operate, their ability to publish and work with other researchers, and the network that the university has. So that has immediately allowed us to do several things. One, to start delivering now some postgraduate programs, because most of our programs before were undergraduate programs. So now we can offer some masters and some PhDs because we have our own people to teach them, and not only do we have our own people to teach them, but we also have people who have extensive international networks because they've studied overseas, and they have their professors, their classmates who they can bring and to help us to do what we need to do.
ExxonMobil Guyana's commitment to capacity building initiatives led to the launch of a fully equipped skills and anatomy lab, and through a collaboration between the GGI and UG, the Geographic Information Systems, also known as the GIS Laboratory at the Turkine campus, was established.
Thank you so much for joining us for our 33rd episode of Access ExxonMobil Guyana.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bioenergy. Bioenergy. Not inch. Okay. Oh, the breeze.
Keisha, I love you, girl. I'll see you later.